And welcome back to a special episode of CBB Talk. And today we'll be doing our ACC awards slash conference tournament predictions here. So to this episode, we're going to be doing for 5 conferences. Sorry, Pac-12. Here, spoiler alert for the Pac-12 real quick. I'll get UCLA versus Arizona championship game. UCLA is probably going to win. Player of the year, Jaime Hawk. Player of the year, Azulis Tabelis. Coach of the year, I'll go Mick Cronin. Mick Cronin, coach of the year. Freshman of the year. See, I don't know. I have to go off the top of my head there. Probably freshman of the year would be Hello Ware, probably. Anyways, that doesn't matter because today is ACC. I'm wearing my Duke shirt, could put on a Virginia shirt, could put on a UNC shirt, could put on an NC State shirt. But I want Duke because guess what? I love the way they are playing to end out this regular season. We'll talk about more of the teams in the second half of this video. But today, first, we're going to start off with these awards. So I'm going to share my screen. You're going to see this with me. I have 4 awards. I got the freshman of the year. I have the transfer of the year. I have coach of the year. And, of course, most outstanding player. I could have done defense player of the year, or breakout player of the year. But I decided to just do these 4 awards because I feel like universally it'll be the easiest for each conference to do. I'll do the major 6 conferences besides Pac-12 because I didn't watch a lot of Pac-12 this year, and there's only 2 really good teams in there. So here it is, my awards for the ACC and bracket predictions. But first, I'm going to go pause this and share my screen. All right, so now here it is, my ACC predictions awards here. My ACC awards. Here are the ACC regular season awards for the conference. So let's get into it. Let's go. Oh, shoot. The freshman of the year, this is the Zion Williamson Award. So each award, I'm going to have a name. This one is the Zion Williamson Award because of his freshman year at Duke. Here are your candidates for freshman of the year. Kyle Filipowski, Duke. Judah Mintz, Syracuse. And Tyrese Proctor of Duke. All 3 players made big impacts during their freshman year at their respective colleges. We have 2 Duke players in there because guess what? The freshmen were just kind of weak this year in the ACC there. Of course, Judah Mintz led the freshmen in points at 16 points. Flipkowski had 15 in the zone. And while Proctor's 5th in points per game, his defense on that end is amazing, and it contributes to winning. Duke's 4th in the conference, while a guy like J.J. Starling and Mike James struggle there. It was between him and Mark Mitchell. I'm going to be honest, it was before 3 Duke guys. I know Lively's defense in, but he had a bad start to the year. Mark Mitchell's turned up recently, but I feel like Tyrese Proctor's been the most consistent player, so he was that 3rd guy on there, but this is really a 2-man race, and I think you know who it's going to go to here. So you have Zion Williams Award for ACC Freshman of the Year goes to Kyle Filipowski of Duke. Came into this year as a top 3 prospect, I believe, but I think he was number 3 behind Lively and Dariq Whitehead, 2 of his teammates there. But this dude was a beast for all year long. He could be a player of the year candidate. You'll see later. This dude was a beast. And you saw in that last UNC game where he put up 22 points, really did his thing out there. And you will see, and Duke, a great freshman. He's one of the best there. We'll see if he goes to the draft this year. But he was a beast all year for Duke. And that's why he wins the Zion Williamson Award for Freshman of the Year in the ACC. And we'll see, it was a good race, but this was one of the weaker freshman conferences, but this one was a really, honestly, no thought. Shout out to Judah Mintz for a good year. But really, I had to go with Flipkowski for player of the year. So now let's go on to our next award, which is the transfer of the year. This is the Brady Manick Award because of what he did for UNC last year in just the whole year. I mean, I was going to name it the Cam Johnson Award, but I decided to go with transfer of the year, Brady Manick, because fresher in the mom, and he went to a national championship game. So this is the Brady Manick Award for ACC transfer of the year. Let's meet your candidates. Jarkel Joyner, NC State. Tyree Appleby, Wake Forest, and Nigel Pack of Miami. But all these three players, guards that lead their team and hit many clutch shots. Jarkel Joyner and Tyree Appleby are leading scorers on their team. Well, Jarkel Joyner is tied with Jaquavion Smith. Both guys came from the SEC, which Jarkel Joyner, he came from Ole Miss, and Tyree Appleby from Florida. While Nigel Pack is not their leading guy, but he's the ball handler. He's the guy who starts this show for the #1 team in the ACC, in Miami. Coming from Kansas State, he got a lot of money to come to Miami, which everyone knew. I think he made $400,000 for there this year, $400,000. So, and it was worth the price. Miami right now, #1 seed in this ACC tournament. We'll see if I'll pick them to win it all later in this video. But all three guards here are great players, leaders of their team. This is a tough one to pick. A lot of great options out there, but I think the guy I had to go with was Tyree Appleby out of Wake Forest. He leads the ACC in points per game at 18.8 a night. And yes, his team is not one of the best in the ACC, but he's not one of the worst. They're ranked 8th in the ACC there. He averages over 6 assists a game too. One of the best players in the conference. And when you lead the league in points, when you lead the conference in points, it's really tough to just not have there. He's first in assists, first in points, first in minutes. So, and he's second in steals. So this dude's just having a hell of a year for Wake Forest there. And might not contribute to winning as much as a Nigel Pack or Jarkel Joyner, but he's been one of the best players there. So Wake Forest, you win. Your Brady Manic Award winner is Tyree Appleby. Next, the Coach K Award for ACC Coach of the Year. As Coach K just retired, it deserves to be him. This was a tough award to give out. We got a lot of good coaches in this conference, so here are your candidates for the Coach K ACC Men's Basketball Coach of the Year. Tony Bennett out of Virginia, Jim Landega, Miami, and Jeff Capel of Pitt. All these coaches had different expectations. Jeff Capel, Pitt's Panthers were projected 14th in the preseason ACC poll, and they finished 5th with a chance to win it in the last game of the year. Tony Bennett was projected 3rd, finishes 2nd, and has a top 15 team in the nation according to the AP poll. And Jim Larinaga projected 4th, finishes 1st. Coming off an Elite 8 appearance, most people think this team has the highest ceiling of all ACC teams. So who's going to win the ACC Coach K Award for Coach of the Year? And it is Jeff Capel out of Pitt. I know maybe some people don't agree with this, but when you're projected 14th in your conference and you're going to be an NCAA tournament team, almost like I would say 85% chance your NCAA tournament team had a chance to finish #1 in the ACC at the last game of the year after projected to second to last. He deserves it. Has one of the oldest starting fives in all of college basketball, but it doesn't matter because guess what? The Pitt Panthers are one of the best teams in the ACC, an NCAA tournament team, and it's proven that even without high expectations, Jeff Capel in a big year. It was a year where he was maybe thought to be fired if they, lived to those expectations that we're one of the worst teams in the conference. He proved that he's a really good coach in college basketball, and he's going to win the Coach K for Will Dickinson's Coach of the Year in the ACC, the Coach K Award. So let's get to the most anticipated next award, which is the Ralph Sampson Award for Player of the Year. Of course, Ralph Sampson, one of the greatest college basketball players of all time for the University of Virginia. And this was a tough one. This might be in the hardest conference to pick Player of the Year because there's so many. This conference. Oh man, what the heck just happened to my audio? And my mic oh my god, what is going on with the mic audio again? And of course it's during Coach of the Year. Okay. I think my mic is back to working fine. Okay. Anyways, so Player of the Year, Ralph Sampson Award. Let's meet your candidates. Tyree Appleby, Wake Forest. Isaiah Wong out of Miami. And Armando Bacot of UNC. We've already talked a lot about Tyree Appleby. He leads the league in points and assists and second in steals. This dude's a great player for Wake Forest. Isaiah Wong is the best player on the best team. He is right now ranked top 10 in oh no. I was scared. He's ranked 11th in points, 16 per game on the best team in the ACC, and Armando Pay got the preseason ACC Player of the Year and one of the best bigs in the nation for an underwhelming UNC team. So I think you already saw who won. I forgot that. I thought I was going to have a fading animation, but I didn't. The winner is for the Ralph Sampson ACC Player of the Year. It's Isaiah Wong out of Miami. This might be the most controversial pick, and I just picked him because guess what? These other two players in there don't have double buys in the ACC tournament. This is the best player on the best team, and he can take over games. Of course, they do have great players like Jordan Miller, No Chowmere, and Nigel Pack, but Isaiah Wong's the best player in this team, most dynamic guy. And he averages almost 16 a night on 4 rebounds, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. So he's a really good player in this game. And he's an ACC Player of the Year. I know Armando Baycott's the flashier name, the big guy. He puts up 17. He has 16 and a half a night and 10 rebounds. But when your team is underwhelming and is right now the 7th seed in the ACC, and Tyree Appleby, I know he leads the points and assists, so it's really impressive. But I can't give it to a guy whose team's not making the NCAA tournament. So this is why Isaiah Wong was in. And maybe Kyle Flipkowski could also been in that conversation, but I have to go with Isaiah Wong, man. You know, these were some good candidates, all 3 players, but I have to give it to the guy whose team's making the NCAA tournament. So those are my awards. Let's go through. We had the Ralph Sampson Player of the Year go to Isaiah Wong. We had Coach of the Year, the Coach K Award go to Jeff Capel. We had Tyree Appleby win Newcomer of the Year, the Brady Manick Award. And then we had Kyle Flipkowski win Freshman of the Year, the Zion Williamson Award. So let's get to these tournament predictions before I get out of here. Oh, gosh, pills. So let's look at this ACC bracket because this one can go a lot of ways. We got some teams on the bubble here, and we're going to have a really good tournament. So, of course, we got the games on Tuesday. We don't have a lot of good ones. Florida State, Georgia Tech, Boston College, Louisville, Virginia Tech, Notre Dame. I'm going to be honest, the most dangerous team out of those 6 is Virginia Tech. They made a run last year to win the ACC tournament. I think they have the potential to do it again this year. But, of course, let's move on to Wednesday. Syracuse, Miami, Syracuse, Wake Forest. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. I know Tyree Appleby, a great player. But give me Syracuse. I think, they always are in this 8-9 matchup when they play really well. And I think that they'll be able to move on and give Miami a good run because they play in these 8-9 matchup a lot. They're used to this time. I think that's going to be going. I think Florida State will play Pitt. I think Pitt's going to win this. Pitt has to win this. If you lose this game for your Pitt, it gets a little dicey when you're on the bubble here. So I think this is a must-win game for Pitt. I think they're going to get done under Jeff Capel. Boston College, UNC. This is a game where I wouldn't be surprised if UNC wins this or loses this game. But I have to expect them to win. I just have to. UNC, at playing in Greensboro, going to have a good fan base there. I think you got to win this game for UNC. You can't lose to Boston College in that year. They're going to win. And Virginia Tech, NC State. I think there's got to be one little upset out of these games. So I'm going to say it's now. I think NC State goes at first round and it's going to find themselves in the tournament as an 11 seed, maybe playing in the first 4. We'll see. But I think Virginia Tech will pull off this upset against NC State and move in to play Clemson in the quarterfinals. Miami versus Syracuse. I think Syracuse will give them a run, but I like Miami there. Duke Pitt's an amazing game. It really is. Duke Pitt is an amazing game because Pitt, I think they'll be in the tournament if they win this first game, and Duke's playing really good. Pitt will come off playing the day before, so, will be a little more fresh. But give me Duke to win this game. I really love the way this Duke team is playing. They're coming together at the first time. Their defense is so good. They're second best defense in the ACC. I just love the way they're playing right now. North Carolina versus Virginia, man. That would be a tough one. North Carolina beat Virginia once this year, and Virginia beat them. So they're played even. They both won at home here. North Carolina must-win game again. Virginia do not want to lose this game if you're the Cavs. So give me Virginia. I don't feel good about this. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Carolina loses in the first round or wins the thing. Either one wouldn't surprise me here, but give me Virginia to end UNC season. They will not make the tournament. It'll be a very disappointing year for Hubert Davis and the Tar Heels after being preseason number 1. And I have it being Virginia Tech, Clemson. I think Virginia Tech could win this game. Clemson's very, will be a little bit cold after waiting a while to play. They won't play until 9:30 on Thursday, almost a week after. And of course, Virginia Tech will be a little hotter of a team. But give me the Tigers in a must-win game for their tournament hopes there. I'm not even sure winning this game. They got to hope NC State plays and they beat them, because that would be a quad one win. Virginia Tech win, but I think Clemson's going to win and get to the semifinals. Miami-Duke is the best game. I think Virginia beats Clemson and gets to the championship game, but I think the winner of that Virginia-UNC game will make the championship. I don't think Clemson has that team to make the championship. And then Miami versus Duke, that would be one. This would probably be the best game of the tournament. I think the winner of this game, spoiler, is going to win the ACC championship. I don't know. I mean, Miami beat Duke twice this year. No, Miami's beat Duke once and lost them. They lost them at home, beat them at home, lost away, crushed them at home. This would be a really good game. Duke's playing, hasn't lost since that Miami game. But give me the Hurricanes. I really love Miami. I think they can make a huge run in March in the tournament, and I think they're going to start it off by winning the ACC. So my pick to win the ACC is Miami, but my sleeper team is Virginia Tech and North Carolina. But Duke, Virginia, and Miami are the three favorites in this tournament there. And I think Virginia Tech and UNC, of course, can make a run to the championship game. Or co-win it. I wouldn't be too surprised. If Virginia Tech won, I'd be surprised, but I would call it and say they can make a run. So that's the ACC championship there tournament. I'm excited for it. Thanks for watching this ACC. Let me know I'm doing this. I'm gonna be posting more. I'm gonna try to post maybe 2 today on Monday, 2 Tuesday, and 1 Wednesday. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna try to film a lot today. So thanks for watching this video. Let me know how you think of it, and peace.